Hey everybody, and welcome to another Cricut Craft tutorial. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time, and hit that bell icon because that will alert you to when I post a new video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to use the Starcraft printables HTV for dark. All you're going to need for this is the Starcraft printables. I will link this below. This is from 651vinyl.com. You'll need a t-shirt in any color of your choice, and you can use this on a white t-shirt. I did red, and this is just a child small. And then you'll need an image that you like. And then you'll just need a heat source, whether it be a heat press or an easy press. You could do it with an iron, but it's not recommended. So let's go over and I'll show you guys how we can load our printable. I've already loaded our Lion King image. This is just a simple already set up PNG. I just deleted the background on it when I uploaded it. And then I sized it to a size I think is good. This is going on a child's size small shirt, so I'm not going to do anything too large, but I think this is probably a pretty decent size, and it's going on a red shirt, so we are using the darks. So I'm going to show you guys how we're going to print it. You're going to go ahead and click Make It. He's already set to print and cut. Now it is going to print this black box right here around your design. It does that so that it has registration marks. And actually now seeing this, I think I want to make him just a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and cancel the cut really quick. And let's select him. And we're just going to make him just a little bit bigger. We don't want to go anything too crazy. And I apologize. For some reason my Inkscape just decided to open. You tried to open it like an hour ago. All right, so that's good there. Let's go ahead and click Make It Now. That's much better. Click Continue, and you're going to click on Send to Printer. And we're only going to do one copy. We're going to go ahead and leave the bleed on. And just make sure you do have the correct printer selected. I'll take you guys over to the printer to show you guys how we're going to load the paper. So again, we are using Starcraft, the printable for dark materials, and it does come with an instruction sheet. So you can read that, but that's why this video is here, so you guys don't totally have to read this. So if I can get one of these out, I'll show you. Hold on one second here. So there are two sides. There's this blank side, and it feels really soft. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's a very soft feel. And then the back side is just a little bit rougher, and it has the Starcraft red printed information on it. You want to make sure you're printing on this white side. So you need to know which direction your printer prints. Mine prints so that the printing side goes on the outside. I'm just going to go right back over to my computer so that I can hit print now. So we'll just go ahead and hit print, and hopefully we will have no issues. Every once in a while, my printer doesn't always connect to my wireless. I don't know why. And Cricut's been having some issues with their print and cut stuff. So if for some reason it won't print right now, I will just print it off screen, but it's going to, so we're good. So it's going to go ahead and print out. Like I said, it's going to have this black square on it, so I'll show you guys that. I love this printer. A lot of you ask what it is. This is a Canon Pixma MG3022. I got it from Walmart, and I got it on Black Friday for about $40. I've only had to replace the ink one time for black and one time for color. I do print quite a bit, and I really do like this printer. You can see it was very, very quick, and the image is super bright. Look at how bright that is. I do, for just transparency's sake, I do have a filming light on, but even with the filming light on, you can still see this is a very, very bright printed picture, and you can see the bleed on. That's that little fuzzy edge. So let's go over to the machine, and I'll show you guys what setting we're going to cut this on. I have loaded our paper into the machine. I just want you to note that you see the registration marks, and I have it lined up pretty close to the very, very corner. What that does is it helps it read the registration marks. You don't want to stick this just in the center of your mat or just anywhere kind of randomly. You do want to try to keep it up towards that top corner. Now you can always flip your mat if this corner isn't super sticky. You can use your bottom one and just flip it. You don't actually have to put it in with that little hangy tag at the top. What it's doing right now is reading the registration marks. If you have trouble with it reading registration marks, sometimes it's either because your paper is too shiny, there's too much light in your room, or your sensors could be bad, but for the most part it's a lighting issue, so you can either just close the top of your machine or turn off some lights in your room. So right now it's on the screen finalizing, and it's getting ready to cut out Simba. So let's go ahead and watch this cut. It's really a fun thing that it can do. I mean, it cuts out all around him, and then all we're left with is just Simba. Now, it is going to cut some weird spots, and I can't promise that they're gonna hold up because they are really thin whiskers from him, but this is a really good product, and I do believe they should come out pretty well. With this, we don't need to use any transfer mask. Now, I do have, and I'm just showing you guys, you can save your carrier sheets from old HTV, which is all these are. I just stick them together. And I keep them for stuff like this, but with this guy, we really don't need it. So let's go ahead and unload it. I'll move you guys over so I can show you guys how to weed this off. So one kind of slight thing I don't love is how much paper you waste when you do these, but they're really fun to do, so we're going to do one. Now, you can use the pin pen to weed this off. I have tried it. I don't love using the pin pen for this. It's a little hard for me, so I just use a hook tool. This one's by CRICUT. I need to buy a new one. I don't, this one's got like a nice, like, crack in it. I don't know. Something's wrong with it. So you can, I don't know how well you guys can see this, and you probably can't, but there is a slight little cut right here. So what I do to help myself weed this off is I fold my paper like right where that cut is, and I just get my hook tool just under that. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and this is just, oh, and I'm scratching it. So, it is not the easiest to do, so just be careful when you're doing this, but you just got to find what works for you. And the same thing that I do may not work for the next person that does this, so you may just need to try it, and like right now I'm struggling a little bit. So I may end up having to do this off camera just because I'm struggling, but I wanted to show you, and I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a cut line right here, and it's not quite lined up. It's a CRICUT issue right now where it's not cutting correctly on the bleed lines. They keep saying that they have fixed it. I have yet to receive said fix, but I wanted to film this for you guys anyways, just so you could see it and see how darn adorable this is. But again, you just need to get your weeding tool just under the edge, which I finally did, but you do need to be careful because you can scratch off the ink. And once I start it, especially since this is not going on a heat transfer, you could use a heat transfer if you wanted a transfer mask, but since it's all one piece, I don't really need to. I'll just start it, and then I'll take my weeding tool and just gently work it all the way around all the edges. So let me finish getting this all weeded, and then we can go over to the heat press, and I'll show you guys how we're going to press it. We're over at the heat press, and I have placed the extra piece of HTV carrier sheet on top of our little Simba and placed him on the shirt. This is just a shirt I got from the Dollar Tree. I just sort of guessed its center just because, again, this isn't really super important because it's just to show you guys how to do it. But to center it, you can fold it in half. Now, one thing you want to do for sure is make sure that any of your seams are either off of your sheet or off of your press. Mine is pretty small. Or you can use a pressing pillow under this, but you're going to press this at 350 degrees for 30 seconds. You are going to want to make sure that you do have a Teflon sheet or a parchment paper over this. So you want to go ahead and do this, and you're going to do it at a medium pressure. So for most heat presses, you're going to turn your dial back a little bit. I did test it really quick just to see what pressure we were on. So now you're going to put your press down, you're going to go ahead and hit your timer, and we're going to wait 30 seconds. I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch the timer click down, so give us just a minute. We're right at 30 seconds, and I see that my heat press has, for some reason, temperature has gone down. I don't know why. So hopefully this will have worked. Sometimes I think these heat presses are just a little nuts. So we need to let this fully cool. So to fully cool, what I'll do is I take my entire thing off the heat press, and I put it over on my white table that I normally film at, and just let it cool 100% before you peel. It has cooled for probably about 10 minutes. I like to let mine cool for quite some time. And so you're just going to peel off your heat transfer mask. And you just want to peel it off like a Band-Aid as quickly as you can, carefully and beautifully. We have our Simba. The color on this is beautiful. It is pretty soft. I mean, it does have the HTV feel to it, and it is shiny, but it's very, very soft feeling. You can see it's pliable on the shirt, and it doesn't seem to wrinkle. Now with this, you do want to wash it cold water, no bleach. You do want to wash it inside out. Let me double check for you guys the rest of the directions if I can find my sheets. I will actually check those and let you guys know before the end of the video. Okay, so Like I said, I was going to make sure I told you all the washing and care instructions. So turn the garment inside out. Wash in cold water using a mild detergent and do not bleach. Dry on low heat. It's recommended that you hang dry this, not actually dry it in the dryer. And then when ironing, do not iron directly on the transfer. It will melt. So if for some reason you needed to iron this shirt, just make sure that you do not iron directly onto this little guy. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer this for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time. And hit that bell icon because that will alert you to when I post a new video. Have a great day and happy crafting!